Good morning, good morning. It's cold. I'm testing out this newfound gum that Nani gave me, Mama Rose. Um, it wasn't sticking at all yesterday. Unfortunately, today it is. So, I don't know if because I just put my dentures on, so I might have some glue. But this is it. Oh, it tastes good now. I'm not an orange. You know, if you know me, I don't like orange, but it has more of a tropical taste, like maybe mango. Yeah. And when I chew gum, and I've always been like this, um, I don't just chew like some people can have it in their mouth, like Vicky, and just be like, mine is. Ralph used to tell me I chew gum like he owes me money. So anyway, um, is God the fount of every blessing for you? You know, I was worshiping this morning and thanking Him for who He is, not what He's done for me, but who He is. He is God Almighty, maker of heaven and earth. He is robed in majesty. He is holiness. He is uh, everything to us. You know, the other day I was reading about, I think it may have been in Isaiah. I'm not sure what it was, but it was about the potter. And so it's funny because we make things about us as humans. We don't have a clue. It's almost like we're our own gods, right? And everything has to revolve around us. But at the end of the day, God does what He wants. Okay, He makes vessels for honor and some for dishonor. So He could do what He wants, and we are nobody to tell Him what to do. And what who we think we are. Chris used to always, when he used to talk at meetings, share, and he was being facetious, but in a sense that is the world's attitude is, don't you know who I think I am? And so we're nobody. We're nobody, and we'll be used however God sees fit, and not any different. So, you know, I think we place ourselves at a much higher, and we are. Don't get me wrong, we are valuable to God. He loves us. Um, he loves His children, His saints. He loves to hear from us. And even those who aren't, I believe, his. Because when I wasn't his, I know he heard me. And I just know that because of he, so many times where I've seen his hand on my life and so on. So I don't know how God works. I'm not going to sit here and say I do. I know that he does what he wants. And, just like um, hardening Pharaoh's heart, he didn't make Pharaoh harden his heart. Pharaoh's heart was already hardened against God. So he used that stance to be able to show his power. Because at the end of the day, we are all sinners. We have sinned. We have been born into sin. And so our natural stance is we are enemies of God. So God cannot force anybody. I mean, he can make you he can make anything happen, but he can't force you. He's not going to force you to serve him and to be. He's not going to use fear. I mean, he might use fear as a means to get your attention. However he does it, it doesn't matter. He is God. I exalt his name. He is mighty to be praised. He is worthy to be praised. He alone is worthy to be praised, okay? He is unfathomable. We cannot understand. We cannot know the fullness of the measure of his power, his glory, this side of heaven. But he is coming back. Okay, don't get it twisted. He will be coming back. And when he comes back, it's going to be in wrath. It's not going to be, he's going to come back as the lion. Okay, not as the lamb, which is the way he came the first time. He came as a lamb to lay down his life. No one took it. He laid it down. So, if you don't know him and this message is tugging at your heart in some way, shape, or form, then God is calling out to you. And so many things are going on in this world that are not. And there's also a lot of good. I've seen a lot of young people having such great wisdom. I mean, like truly, the Spirit of God is moving through them to be able to minister. Because you have to remember that the enemy didn't multiply in the spirits that fell down with him, the angels that fell down with him, but they strategize, and so they don't multiply, but they get the attention of the culture, the generations, and people are listening, right? So there's so much deception, even in the church, that we need to be careful to be in his word. This is a social media era, and a lot of people are sucked into it, and myself included. I have been at times. I have found myself mindlessly scrolling, and actually I've seen some people who said just as I have done. They've been in the same spot all day long until their husband gets home or whatnot. And I've been there because I don't have anything. I mean, I do have responsibilities, but in times past, that was just my life. Like, I would work and scroll. So it kept me from being bored or whatever you want to call it. You get caught up. It gets addicting. And for me, anyway. And I'm sure for everybody else, you want to see what's going on, and then you get to kind of know these people, and you want to see what you want to follow them and see what's going on, and that. And if you don't for a little while, a couple months, you'll feel like you missed a whole lifetime. And then you get so consumed with wanting to hear what they have to say, what they're, whatever it is that you're doing. And at the end of the day, it's all fruitless stuff. It's not going, it has no eternal value whatsoever. And so it's just robbed us of our time. And that is what the enemy wants. Because if we're not being kingdom minded, then we are sowing into the kingdom of darkness, and basically sowing to our flesh. And we are not going to we're not going to do anything that is being fruitful, that we're not going to do anything that's producing any kind of means for us to be able to feed others, to be able to be a blessing to others, to be able to pour into somebody else. So we need to be mindful of that as women of God, as children of God, because we were not placed on this earth to be self-consuming and the word I'm trying to look for, just self-indulgent in that. We were placed here to be a blessing to others, to bring light to others that are sitting in darkness, to bring the message of salvation to others, those around us. And if we're feeding ourselves all this trash, that's what's going to come out. And we're not going to have that desire to minister because we've been just so self-indulgent. So this is not in any way a message of condemnation, but a message of encouragement, or even a correction. To myself first and foremost, always. So I don't speak of something I don't know firsthand. And so sadly, that is the truth. I have been guilty of that. And God is doing a work. His work in our lives is progressively sanctifying us. Okay. And so that in mind, we need to continue to go forward and keep our eyes fixed on Christ. He's the author and the finisher of our faith, and there is nothing and no one like him. Let's meditate on his word together. Let's do it together. Meditate on his word day and night. Let's focus on him, what he has said to us. I'm just thankful. I'm thankful that his mercies are new every morning. I'm thankful that he doesn't give up, that he is faithful to finish what he started. And if it is a work of God, it will be completed. It will be completed, believe me. And so also, let's check our motives on why we're doing things. A lot of the times for me, most of my life, I would say, was for self-preservation. So when I did things, it was for myself. It was to preserve myself. So in these latter times, my God is changing me to be God serving, set aside self, serve him, and serve others. And it has nothing to do with self-preservation, because at the end of the day, my blessings will come from God. So I seek to glorify him. And so I'm checking later. It's already, store's about to open. I have to return a couple of things. And yeah, so I don't know if I was rambling on, but these are my thoughts. So take it or leave it. Do with it what you will. Have a blessed day in God.